I'm going to call that a partial success. A partial success. I think what's happened is the sort of thermal flux has gone through from the heat shield into the event, because the event package is directly underneath, but directly on top of the heat shield. So if I put a decoupler there, I'll have to take a look, see what the specs are for the avionics package. So I'm pretty sure that should not be happening. Yeah, I'm going to take a look in the avionics package, see what is actually going on there. Okay, so back in the VAB. So, yeah. No, it says 900k there. That's internal, 500. So if it goes to 501, it'll overheat and explode. But the skin itself can go to 900. So I'm thinking... Yeah, I think what's going on is that we are getting some of the thermal flux coming through from the heat shield. And there's no way of actually shielding that. Got stability assist. No, there's no way of shielding that. Not as far as within, as in I can do with it internal, as in, but it's editing settings. That's 1073. So it's actually quite low. Internal is the same as external there. Its internal skin is 1073, it's external, as in its skin temperature can get up to is 1073 as well. That was the same as well. So is that. So the avionics package is supposed to be contained itself within a shielded, sort of heat shielded. Yeah, that's the same. So the guidance unit, they're all the same. And that's 1200. Whereas that's 2000. It doesn't make sense. Sonic cockpit. X1 is 400 to 900 as well. So it's definitely not a space plane. Oh dear me. So the coupling is going to have to go underneath. Yeah, that's 1073. So that might absorb some of the heat from the heat shield. So heat is definitely going to be a problem. Yeah, everything else seems to be. So I'm thinking if this absorbs some of the heat, it may give a chance for that probe core to come back, the actual spacecraft to try and come back. But saying that, we've got the I know we haven't, have we? No, of course we haven't. We haven't got anything underneath the heat shield. Above the heat shield, I should say. Heat shield Mark 1-2 for pod 1500 to 2600. So I believe that's the one we've got. Is it the 1 meter? No, 1.25 meter one. So that's 1500 internal, and skinny is 2600k. You can't increase or tweak scale this. So that is pretty And that's 1 metre, that's 20 on a ablator. 1.5 metre. I can't see how I can make it any easier for the heat shield to bring it through. But it's not the heat shield that's failing, it's the avionics package that's just blowing up, so due to overheating. I could use this one instead. It's a bit heavier though, 1.6 tons. That's huge. Wait a minute, that's not 1.6 metres. Mass is 114 kilos. The blade is only 42.7 or something that size. What on earth is it talking about? Shield type medium. If I go to heavy, it's only 1 metre in diameter. What on earth? 2 metres, but the thing is, the shield itself is here. What on earth happened there? Is that a bug or something? I don't know. Looks like it might be. .25 gives you 33.3 on a ablator on a light. But what's it weigh? 61 kilos. I felt sure I was going to get that back. What was different between the last flight? Well, the flight when I got the first package back, and compared to that one, I couldn't see any difference. Quite a shallow, I suppose. It was pretty shallow, but that's not good enough. Got to get this thing back. I'm going with corner 13 again. What on earth that was then? No, I didn't want to click on it. What the? Oh my god. I even right clicked to move it around. Never mind. Oh dear, mate. Problems are there to be solved, so there's a... Just take a quick look. Take a... If it lets me. Yeah, you can see why. It's licking round, isn't it? The heat's actually licking around the heat shield. That's probably why I'm losing these 2 antennas as well. Alright. Panic over. Yeah, of course. I'm using a slightly thicker. Yeah, this is slightly higher. I had to double it. I had to increase it by 50 millimeters. So it's slightly higher. So obviously the heat's coming round. Alright, I'm going to change this heat shield out and bring it all back in. Show you what I've done. I might do some other things as well. I might do. Just depends how I feel. Alright, that's how I feel about the launcher, I mean. I'll definitely alter the SRBs back to their standard burn time of about 28 point something seconds. So they'll go exploding on me. Yeah, so I'm going to get on with this. Okay, so I've stripped this down. Taken the heat shield away from it. This is something you should always do when... Something I always recommend people do anyway. Disconnect everything from a procedural part. I'm going to make it into a cone. It's 0.94. I don't know full well what size it needs to be. So the bottom needs to be about 1.2. 1.25. I'm going to leave a little bit of a lip on the edge of the heat shield, so it'll be 0.05. Yeah, 0.05 down. It should be 1.25. I'm going to leave the 0.05 off. Also, command modules are shaped triangular. That's to avoid what we just experienced. So I'm bringing that in 0.2 of a meter. I'm going to bring it down in length until that reaches 100%. So I don't want it to be too large. Yeah, that's pretty good. I'll bring it down a little bit more. I'm going to try and keep it at point now. I don't feel like sort of redesigning the entire launcher just because I want to reshape this. So I'm going to leave this at 100%. 102. 103. Tiny little bit more. Should be okay at that, but I'm going to make absolutely certain. 0.1. Come on, a little bit. So I think it gets quite sort of. Yeah, it's gone right over now. It's 194 millimeters, so it's slightly tall, 150. Actually, it wasn't, it was 200, wasn't it? It's 250 millimeters. It's just to reattach the heat shield. So that leaves a little bit of a gap, a little bit of a lip, I should say, between the edge of the heat shield and the actual avionics package. Because it's shaped like that, it should survive a little bit better. Right. It should survive. That shape. That shape should allow it to survive. So I'm going to put... So I'm going to put the antennas back on. There's not much I can do about the antennas blowing up, to be perfectly honest. I need at least 2 of them, just in case one fails. At least that's what I want to do. So I'm going to try use the offset tool to sink them in a little bit, which at least I can deactivate and then reactivate them once we're on the surface. As in, this is like you call this sort of a dry run for landing on another planet with an atmosphere. Not that any of that planet that I'm going to be planning on landing on, Venus aside, has much of an atmosphere compared to Earth. In fact, every single planet in the solar system has a much thinner atmosphere than Earth. That is fact. Except Venus, of course. I'm not counting gas giants, because I don't count those as being planets, because they have no solid surface. I mean, if astronomers can sort of demote Pluto into a dwarf planet, into a sub-planet, as in it's no longer a planet, then I reserve the right to remove Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune from being planets as well, because they are basically substellar objects. A gas giant is actually a star which didn't quite gain enough mass, Jupiter especially, to ignite. So that's what I think. That's why I'm gonna. There we go. And my opinion is just as valid as anybody else's, no matter how many sort of qualifications. So are all of yours. It's all just opinion, isn't it? What to name things as well. I want to bring the. That's basically what's happening, as far as I can tell. The heat is actually building up here. So it's taking. Actually, what is the? Yeah, it's an interesting point. What is the actual 473? So if they're catching enough heat to go above 473 and blow up, then it's not surprising So it is definitely something to do with the thermal here. Thermal properties of the air here. And these are obviously massive. Yeah, slightly more. 350 above the 500 that the avionics package can stand. That's internal. I'm taking it as internal temperature exceeded 500. So it went to 501 and blew up. Externally it's 900, so the skin is 900, internally is 500. So if we've got a lot of convection going through from the heat shield to the avionics package, it could be that the avionics package actually passing heat on to its components here. But what is the camera? Which is the camera I've got now? It's a nav cam. 1073. Both internal and skin temperature. There's no way of actually boosting this. You cannot put it. I don't know if later on in the tech trait we can maybe put. Give me the camera. Thank you. I'm going to put these two back on. Then I'll sort the RCS for the first stage, just to correct any attitude problems when the engine cuts off. So I'm going to put those just there, just like that. Okay, so that is my fix for what's going on. I'm thinking with that lip, which caused the heat to lip over there, it could still cause it to heat up here, because it'll go like that sort of shape. But hopefully, because it's got there's no straight edge here now, it's angled, just like a command module. Check those. Yep, that's for the separators. That's fine. Make it parachute. Communitron. So yeah, during the entry I might try well, actually I've tried closing down the I also need to use the abort, don't I? Right, the abort function needs to be range safety. Right there. Alright, so I'm going to get on with well, that's that done. So I'll put the fairing back on. I feel like you'll let me. Okay, so that's done. Of course, that's gone into the wrong. Let me take a look. That's probably for the decouplers for the SRBs. And if you have that problem with the globes appearing when you go into action, just go back into action menu and come back out and it clears those little spheres. If that's annoying you. Where are they? Right, so I'm going to put those. And put those below this rather than messing around. 7. What went in 7? Oh, probably those. Yeah. Never mind. So I'm going to put some RCS. I'm going to put a little tanks here. Let's get rid of that nose section. Or the engine mount, sorry. Put it down to none. And it's going to completely. See, I think it gets quite cluttered. So let's clear that away for now. We'll put some little tanks under there. Tiny little tanks. Maybe 15 points in each one. Maybe 4 tanks. I'll put some RCS thrusters. Well, not attitude jets. Just here. It just helps. But we've got these just here. And they're actually floating in mid-air now. That might be why they wasn't working. Because they're actually on the fairing. Let me just reposition those. Well, there was actually working, so ignore me. There we go. They're just for yaw. In this position, this angle, they're just yaw. But it's actually pitch, which is what this needs. It was bouncing quite a lot from prograde. It's possibly because you can only do sort of 1 degree increments, whereas if you're program the SAS to actually follow the prograde marker, it will actually do it quite sort of smoothly. So that could be why it's holding on slightly better than I can with the Remote Tech console. Alright, so what is the burn time limit? 28 seconds. Alright. Well, I don't need all that power. I don't need this at full power. That just gives it a massive kick and it just completely destabilizes it. So I'm going to bring down the amount of fuel it's taking. Well, that has the same effect as increasing the power. So, yeah, well, never mind. If you actually let me do it, you let me do that? You know, are you? No, it's going to be in massive chunks. Well, 28.2 seconds, that's not too bad. Let me just see what it was. Come on. Thank you. No, I want to... 28.2. So 50% throttle, 50% fuel has practically the same effect because less mass, but it won't have the same effect. Might have close to the same effect. So 50% of throttle and 50% of the actual fuel. Use interface. Always do that. Always clear it off. Then add it back. If you want to modify anything at all. It's always best to do that. So let's just check the other ones. Yeah, so they're all mirrored. Right, so I should avoid them from blowing up. Right, I'm going to get some RCS, some attitude jets, and some tanks, and I'll fit those to this fair set. Just enough just to modify the attitude in case it gets knocked off prograde again, like it did before. Okay, so that is done. Attitude jets on the first stage. Just a tiny little tank. I'll put the fairing back on, but you can see the tank's just there. There's 4 of them. There's plenty of fuel for these 4 attitude jets. Obviously these are just directly above the 101 verniers. But something I was looking at, I've noticed that my first stage is quite a few seconds short of the 2 minutes and 45 second burn time of the LR79. So it's just as well I did fit the SRBs just to make up the difference. They now run for 28.2 seconds, as I showed you, and they're half the throttle. So combined, we've got 2.03, almost over 2 to 1 lift ratio, thrust to weight ratio. But I added a few seconds. So that's another point as well. These select nose and select mount, they're not just aesthetic. You also increase the volume of the tank. Because right now I'm at maximum 8 meters for the first stage tank and 2 meter diameter. That's the limit. You can't go any higher. So the only way to actually increase it is by selecting a different nose. But obviously, if I select one of these, it's going to knock the shape out. Just show you. So if I knock that, it's all going to be less than 2 meters, and the top stage is almost 2 meters, not far short. So the Agena stage is actually almost 2 meters in diameter as well. So I can't really do anything about, as you can see, I couldn't match that up. So in order to just extend it beyond, It was 2 minutes and 21.6 seconds. So I've added an extra. If it'll let me actually select it. It should add. That's weird. It should add extra field. No, there we go. It's only 1.2 seconds, but might as well try to use it. So it gives me 9,832 meters per second, but that's not counting the ullage stage. It's counted as if I'm taking it with it, because obviously that's action menued, as it has been before. Okay, the main thing is to see if I can get this part back. So I've already showed you that, what I did to it. Triangulated it, basically triangularized it, if that's a word. Alright, so I should fly a fair bit better. I'm still going to go for polar orbit though. I also got an alert for 3 of the parachutes coming back, as in the 3 Mercury parachutes. They made it back, even though the rest of the craft was destroyed. So I'm going to try and apply inventory. That might bring it down. No. No, not by much. Let me just check these. Let's check to see if these have been recovered. What on earth? Good grief. Ah, I see. So you're going to be awkward, are you? Payload firing I wanted. Not the entire object. So has this been recovered? No, time's recovered nil. And yeah, I got the alert there that had been recovered. Here. So obviously they haven't been. Activate engine, decouple. Right, Mercury parachute. Right, so they are. Right, so they lost their settings. So it's 25. And then I believe that was 1500. Yeah, it's 1500. 1.5 kilometers, 2.5 kilometers pre-deployment, and 1.5 kilometers for full deployment. If I click on that, the mass of the entire. What the devil are you talking about? Well, I have no idea what he's talking about. It could be a staging problem. Here's our BD couple. Fairings obviously go between that. Motor. Yep. And that. Well, I don't know why it's complaining. 1.4 meters per second is not a problem. It's actually better than it was before. Could be because it's being shaped properly. That could be it, I suppose. Okay, right. Let's sorted that out. Thank you. 3 hours later. Come on. Right. 22 days now. Ah. Now I wonder if applying, because obviously if you don't have them set the same, it can be different power. It identifies them as the settings. So if I apply inventory, is that going to bring that down? No, obviously not. See, parachutes I don't think can be reused, but they should be able to be. Unless it's just those particular ones. But I'm pretty certain I've used Mercury parachutes before. Okay, well, anyway, let's stop messing around. So save that. Staging is fine. Oh, it's not. Just a sec. Yeah, want the SRBs to decouple obviously before. Then the fairings to decouple once they get high enough in the atmosphere. Alright, let's build it. Turns that clears. Alright, head out, let this build. Roll it out and launch it. I'm going to launch Paul. I'm going to go 180. Just stick at 180. I'm going to carry on using the Rototech console because it seems to be okay. For the most part. Okay, let's get out. Okay, so I thought I'd pop into the mission control building and the remote tech contract has reappeared. So I'm going to take this in case it disappears again on me. To reiterate on this, you need to have 4. This is the 4 version. Some people might think it's easier to do the 3, but it's actually easier to do the 4. In certain ways. So, use higher orbits to give a larger margin of error and all this sort of stuff. So, for starting network must be a minimum power persist of 2.6. Is that million kilometers? What? 2,638.95461 kilometers. Right. So, it's 2,631 kilometers. That's minimum. You can go higher. In fact, we can go to 3,000, even 4,000 kilometers, and then just do the network, and then use Orbital Decay's position holding, or what is it called? Position holding, yeah, station keeping. Is it station keeping mode RCS fuel? As long as you've got enough RCS fuel, you can ask the avionics package to hold position. So that would work. We need to have adequate power to run an array of either antennas or a dish and several antennas. It should be okay with just antennas. There'll be 3. And we can get all the way out to the moon, so we shouldn't have a problem with range in Earth orbit. Up to 3,000 kilometers, so up to 300,000 kilometers. But obviously you've got to be able to reach each of these satellites as well. So we go for 3,000 kilometers and shouldn't have a problem. In fact, maybe he's fitting 3 of the Communitron 16s, one of the ones that we're using right now. Putting 3 of those on, you could shut one of them down. Use it as a backup. So that first common satellite. So the first one for this is 4,500 kilometers. Still doable, easy. Have to do more than 4,500 kilometers. Can generate solar power, which is obvious. You need solar power to get them powered. 10,000 advanced, 30,000 plus 5 reputation. No signs, but we can do that. I've got a year to do that. So it's right in my ear, Gene. First geostationary satellite. I think we'll leave that. We do need a restartable motor, which we've got now. Not just dumping fuel out the back. And the lander. Nice. Gives you a year to do that as well. 150,000 plus 150,000 sounds. Not bad. No signs though. Another lunar impact mission. Up to 3 times. I think I've completed that twice. Yeah, I've only done impact twice, so that's another 16 signs though, 94 reputation. It's the signs that we need. More than the money actually. First orbital flight crew, you must be joking. What's this one for? 120 kilometers. Maybe. No, we're not sounding rockets. Okay, so once it's finished building, I'm going to see if I can launch from Vandenberg. It should be finished by now, but we'll see if it's finished. So I'm going to roll this out, head to the launch pad. Whichever launch pad that may be. Okay, so overview again. I just allowed the launch pad to be reconditioned, refurbished, and the VA, the actual LCA at Vandenberg Air Force Base, the launch pad itself. So we've got 17 days before it's ready. We've got 19 days before this. So I'm going to try and launch from Vandenberg. That's if it actually lets me do that. I don't know if you can actually do that, you know, sort of. I don't know if you actually I don't know if you have to actually build at the actual launch pad itself. In other words, the VAB at Vandenberg. No. Yeah, it looks like you have to. Damn. I really want to try launching from Vandenberg. Make it a lot easier. Oh no. Can't set the launch site. No. Yeah, well. I'll try it once it's finished building. It might be because it... Although I doubt it. You probably have to build it in situ. As in, at Vandenberg. And it's at its own VA, which means upgrading it. Although, no, the upgrades carry across. It's only the launch pad doesn't seem to carry across. It's like launch site. No, still can't. Damn. Yeah, I think that's big. Yeah, if we actually check here, front vessel is complete. Please check the VAB storage at US Cape Canaveral. So yeah, you do have to build them in situ. Damn. Ah, never mind. Never mind. Alright. No, we'll try from here. Again. It should be okay during entry now, because yeah, I mean that little lip that was left over. That should be, and also the shape of the avionics package now should allow it to come through the atmosphere. Alright, let's head to the launch pad. Okay, once again at the launch pad. 5th time, is it? I think it is. Okay, so SS is on full throttle, just as before. 180, which we're already at anyway. If we go 180, heading is 180, so I'll just lean back towards us just like before. So basically all we're going to be doing really is modifying pitch from where we are right now. Go to 85. Okay. Oops. I'll stay about here. Hope they're trying to talk. Keep trying to do that. Keep talking over trying to talk over the top of the rocket engine. It's impossible to hear me. So I've got nothing else to do. Just need to succeed at this. Just get this back. Oh, I've got the yeah. Don't need to see that. First comm satellite. Yeah, perigee of 850 minimum. 850 kilometers for that, and apogee for more than 4,500. I'm not going to get to 4,500 kilometers with this. managed for sure. So they will be the next ones I'll do. These two. At least I'm going to do at least this one. First com satellite. But that could confuse this. But we'll see. As long as you complete them in sort of spirit, you should be okay to auto-complete them. We won't quite sort of acknowledge that you've succeeded. Right. Let's check the staging. Yeah, that's the two fairings. That's okay. That's fine. Okay, for the 5th time, I believe it's the 5th time, I could be wrong. 5th launch, 5th attempt at Discoverer 13, or Corona 13 as I call it. Which is part of the Corona program anyway, so it's multiple launches, so. Alright, so here we go. 3, 2, 1. Umbilical tow isn't disconnecting at exactly the same time it should be. Taking slightly longer than the other clamps. Seems to recover alright, but that's not really the point. Never mind. 2.5 kilometres, I'm going to go to 80 degrees. Should be right. Well, that was definitely a lot better than before. Makes a lot of difference when you can actually concentrate using the remote tech console. So where are we as far as... Let's take a look. Nuclear 83.5, so that's between 75 and 85. Ooh. No, 85. Was it 85? Oh dear. Between 85. Then what's actually telling me now? It's 80 between 85 and 95 it was. Well, that's fine, we can soon pull that. That's basically orbital. So we need to bring that slightly more towards the nose. See if the RCS works. Yes, it does. Perfect. If I do say so myself. Which I did. So I'm going to carry on pushing 180 at 0 degrees. So I've got 1 minute. So I'll go about 35 seconds. Right. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Right, one antenna. And unit and ignition in the... oh, so we have got RCS now. 3, 2, 1... slightly overweight. Ah, so that's why the RCS was locked, because it was slightly overweight. I'm pretty sure I checked the weight of this stage. devil's happened there? That was nowhere near. (6,818 meters per second). I've still got no orbit. Well, that's ridiculous. What stupid. I don't understand what's going on there. Oh no, it's quite tight on the well, not that tight. You can't go any more sort of efficiently than that, so it must be I just don't have enough delta V. I think I probably sort of pitched over a little bit too early. Oh, that's just silly. Oh, never mind. I need to test the you actually got, oh, quite have to cancel each one. I need to test the heat shield. Should be going well over 7 kilometers a second once we hit the Earth's atmosphere, so it's something I can at least complete. But Discover 13 is still being rather elusive. So I need a little bit more. Either a little bit more delta V, or I need to go vertical to about 5 kilometers, then pitch over more. That's probably what I need to do. I think I pitched over a little bit too early, quite a lot too early actually. But I can at least do this. Okay, 170. Let's turn that off. Did I actually? Oh, I don't want that up each time. All that. Control speed, yep. I'll let this go about. Don't really need to sort of decouple it too sort of early. Just in your upper atmosphere. About 120, something like that, about 120 kilometers. So I think it's added weight of the RSS tanks on the bottom of the first stage, which is causing a slight little drop in delta V. So maybe, so I may need to sort of somehow increase how much fuel the first stage, I suppose, for its main propulsion unit, the LR-79. So it's quite a few seconds short. And also went about, I would say 60 degrees a little bit later on. Nowhere near as early on as that. I was almost at 6 degrees at 10 kilometers, so that's a little bit too early. Okay, so at 120 I'll let this stage go and see what happens with the heat shield. Okay, so 3, 2, 1. As per usual, just like before, we have no control over this. In fact, I literally have no control over it. In fact, it doesn't have enough avionics for me to actually do anything with. Except that. So I can control it, much like a probe car, but I can't actually do anything as far as flight is concerned. So that was being used as a relay. Convection will still hand heat from the heat shield. Let's let the heat shield go, but I can't right now. I've got no control over it. It reached 399.1k. It's only for putting a decoupler there between the avionics package. Even just a procedural tank with something that's electric charge inside it or something like that. You know, like a service, like a mini service module. We had about 100k. We didn't come down. Came on a little bit sharp. In fact, if that was a manned spacecraft, the rockets would probably be dead. It's 15 Gs. But these heat shields aren't rated for much. I don't know whether it actually still make it, whether they actually make it or not, to be honest. It won't be going much faster. So it might make it through. But I mean, before the last mission was down to 40 on the ablator. Still lost the antennas though. Oh. I got one. There's going on. We had one of the chutes open. Well, it's enough, but that's not the point. And that's because I... Oh, of course. Yeah, you got to get new... Yeah, that's fine. You have to get new shoots when you reset them. If you take them off... Never mind. Oh, I'm pretty sure I actually did that. No, that's one contract. That's the third... Well, sorry, that's the second time I've completed the return from orbital speed. So that's one of the year-long contracts I've got rid of. The others... Discover 13. Still ready to do. Still have to complete that. But I think this time I'm going to launch from Vandenberg. I'll let that building at Vandenberg, this next launcher, because it's easier to get to polar orbit. You don't need much delta V. Come on, I'll go all day. It's not 373, so it heats up quite fast, but doesn't cool down anything like as fast. So yeah. Yeah, so it's not getting rid of the heat internally as quickly as it is on the skin. Oh, it's obvious. It absorbs heat. So it does. That's almost the same. It's only a few points difference. Let's see what happens when it's the water. I don't know what is going on there. No, I've no idea what on earth's going on there. Oh, wait a minute. Nope, still don't know what's going on. Just check this. Still, the skin is 348. Still not. You think it'd cool down instantly, or pretty quickly? I don't know what is going on there. Alright, so it's the second time I've completed reach orbital speed and return safely to Earth. 123,124 funds, 4 science and 12 reputation. I'll start unlocking something in the tech tree at least with that. Yeah, I've got 32.8. Okay, if I can, I'll recover the vessel. Okay. Okay, because I recovered that, I've got 0.2 science. I'm back up to not 32.8, I'm up to 33.1. Actually, I got. Sweet, is it 22? It's 28 point. Oh, it's at 28.2. Yeah, that's fun. So I'm getting a little bit off. So I got that back. Still haven't got anything back from orbit though. Alright, so I'm going to do is obviously reconditioning. I'm going to build this particular. I'm going to build Corona 13 this time at Vandenberg. I'm going to the tracking station and go to Vandenberg.